Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I know a lot of you have been asking me tips on what I've been doing and what I've been buying since I had a baby. So I'm finally going to share that with you guys. So I'm going to do 10 things that you need to prepare before baby comes so that when you come home from the hospital, you've got your essentials. Like I could go through probably 100, but I've been able to narrow it down to 10 just for you. So first, I'm gonna start with the very basic stuff that every mother needs, and that is a breast pump. I think it's really important. I had a friend that did not get a breast pump, and when she came home, she was scrambling to try to get one. So let me tell you that a breast pump is something that you need to invest in before you have your baby. So I invested in this one, and it's called the Spectra, and I actually quite enjoy this one, even though it's really big and it looks like a handbag. You can pretty much go out shopping with it. It looks like a bowling ball is what my friend says, but this one is really good. It does the trick and it definitely helps get out that milk that you need, and you have different levels, so you can go from 1 to 10. It's very easy to use. You know, it's off, on, you've got your vacuum, you've got your cycle, and you've got a light too that you can switch on in case you're doing it in the middle of the morning at 5:30 like I'm doing. So this is really important. And another thing which I put together with this was the breast milk storage bags. Now, not everyone can store milk. I've been lucky enough to be able to store a little bit. So these came really in handy for me, because if you do have that extra bit of milk, you can store it, freeze it, and it comes in these really cute bags, which I'm gonna show you, where you can write basically the day, how much milk you got, and what time you pumped. So I think that's really important, and that goes into the freezer whenever you're done with that. So that is for your milk. Number 2 is the muslin swaddles, okay? Every baby wants to be swaddled. Even if they're in the bathtub, it's a good way to swaddle your baby to keep them warm. Just, you know, whenever they feel like they want to be held, or even when they're sleeping, just for that extra hug that they want. So swaddles are really important. So make sure that you have a bunch of swaddles, because you're going to be going through these like toilet paper. You know, they're going to be spitting on it, there's going to be milk on it. So make sure you get a whole bunch of swaddles in all different sizes, and make sure you get thick swaddles too in case you travel, because that's always good to have. Swaddles come in many different sizes, and do not forget your spit up cloth, because babies spit up all the time. So it's really good to have smaller spit up towels with you as well. And these are really good because they're really light, so the lighter the material, the better. This is from a brand called Soflin, which I highly recommend. Not everyone will be able to get that if you don't live in Thailand, but it is made out of bamboo, so it's really light and airy. And then when you travel, make sure you get a thicker one. So the swaddles and the burp cloths is a must. Number 3, the obvious things, the diapers, okay? I don't know about you guys, but my baby has diaper rash, so I really have to stick to organic diapers. And this is a brand that I found here in Thailand called Mami Poco, and I'm quite sure they have them out in Asia. I'm not sure they have them anywhere else, but you might want to think about buying organic diapers. And these are really smart, because when your baby pees, you're gonna see there's a yellow line coming down the diaper here. This will turn blue whenever the baby pees. So instead of pulling off the diaper off your baby to see if she's peed or pooed, you can have a look here, and if it's blue, you know it's time to change that diaper. Unfortunately, it does not tell you when they poo because it doesn't change blue, but you'll probably smell that. Diapers is a must. Organic ones are probably a better bet for their bottom. Speaking of diaper rash, number 4, you do want to invest in a good diaper rash cream. Many people have different preferences of what kind of diaper rash cream, so I'm not going to specifically just name one for you guys, but find one that is going to work for your baby. I tried many, and I finally found a few that were really good for Kaya. but babies usually do get diaper rash. I've rarely spoken or met a baby that doesn't get them, so diaper rash cream is a must. So here's an interesting debate, because some parents will say that yes, we use baby wipes to wipe their baby's bottom. I prefer not to, because I feel like it's a little bit too harsh, and like I mentioned, Kaya has really bad diaper rash. So I choose to go a more subtle way and only use baby wipes if I'm outside or if it's really necessary, because it is quite harsh on the baby's bottom. 5. So I choose to use a lot of cotton balls. So we have invested in loads and loads of cotton balls that we keep around, and what we do is we dip the cotton balls in sterilized, basically you can just heat up water to really hot and put in the cotton ball, and you can do the wiping of the poop and the pee, which is a lot safer and probably also a lot better for the baby. So cotton balls, I would suggest, is a must too. Number 6. If you're like me, you're obsessed at looking at your baby and you're so worried that something's gonna happen to your baby. I always think, oh my God, I need to hear her. Why didn't I hear her? Why can't I see her? So investing in a good system of a camera, which can keep an eye on your baby while she's sleeping, is a must. I don't know anyone that doesn't have a camera on their baby when they're sleeping. Even if you're sleeping in the room with the baby, you just kind of want to have a camera just in case you need to quickly run down and get something. You want to be able to hear and see her. So investing in a good baby camera is a priority too. 7. This was a portable speaker that I found on Lazada. I'm sure you can find it on all other platforms. A friend of mine recommended this to me, and it's actually really smart because what it does is it plays white noise, it plays lullabies, and you could bring this along with you when you're going to the doctor with your baby, if you're going out, especially if you're sitting in the car and your baby starts to get a little bit restless. This has always helped. And even like baby Kai does not like to change her diapers, okay? When she changes her diapers, it is like bloody murder. So we always like to carry this with us and play music for her just to kind of calm her down. So this is a very smart trick for babies. 7.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm losing count. 8. Here is another lifesaver that I have found has helped baby Kaya, or babies that have a lot of air or gas in their stomach. Now, babies swallow a lot of air when they're sucking from bottles. So I received a lot of fancy bottles, you know, before I got Kaya, and it all ended up just being the simple Dr. Brown's AntiColic Bottle. Now, this bottle is super smart because what it does is, if you can see, it has a green straw coming in, and that actually kind of blocks the air from getting in, and it comes with a thing here that blocks off the air. So this is really good, and ever since we started using these bottles for baby Kaya, she's not as gassy and she hasn't had any colic. So I do believe that these work, and they do have a really good reputation, so I would invest in Dr. Brown bottles. Forget the fancy bottles, guys. They look really nice, but they just don't do the trick. So do your baby a favor and invest in a bottle that traps out any kind of air. So number 9. The worst. Number 9. Not only because we have COVID right now and everyone's trying to be clean, but I do think that it is good practice too for when you have a baby, because I have had the luxury of being able to have a night nurse to come in and teach me, you know, things on babies for the last month. So I've been so blessed, and she always told me that before you try to pick up your baby, or before any of your guests try to pick up your baby, you want to make sure that they're wearing a mask and that they've either washed their hands or they've sprayed down their hands with alcohol, sanitizer, or any kind. It doesn't have to be alcohol, it has to just be a sterilized sanitizer. So I'm not putting out any brand there, but I use a lot of brands as long as it does the trick. But I found that alcohol sprays to spray their toys or even their blankets, hands, one sanitizer that can kind of do the whole thing, it's great. So please make sure that you do spend time buying sanitizers. Make sure that your guests do it, anyone that comes near the baby, and you too, when you pick up your baby, make sure that your hands are clean. 10. Okay, so for those of you that are breastfeeding, if you've watched some of my other videos, I store my breast milk in the fridge and I put little tags on them of what time I pumped, what day, and how much I got. This is not for the frozen milk that I store, this is just for the milk that I have for the day. So if I wake up and I pump at 5:30, I'm going to be pumping my milk in one of these, and I'm going to be putting a note here on the time, the date, and how much I got. So these have been really useful for me. Just make sure that you get something to store your milk in to put in the fridge. And make sure you tag them too so that you know which one is the older one and which one is the newer one. My last one is a baby lounger. When I first saw this thing, I was like, oh, okay, like, is this really gonna do the trick? Is my baby gonna stop crying? Because I don't think so. As soon as I put my baby in this lounger, she was sleeping 3 hours at a time, and she loves this. So a friend of mine gave this to me. I think investing in any kind of lounger that you can put on the floor, or if you want to put on your bed, wherever it is, it's great. And apparently these kind of loungers help the baby a lot with any kind of air or kind of gas that's stuck in their stomach. So Kaya lounges in this all day, and in fact I think I can hear her crying right now because I took her bed. Thanks guys for joining me today for my short video. It has been 11 things that you need to invest in before you get your baby. I try to make it 10, but there's just too many things. I really hope that you guys enjoyed my channel, and if you do, please like my video and please subscribe. See you guys soon. Bye.